Hello and welcome to the O'Kennedy channel. I will be going over my personal build for the Zealot Preacher in Darktide. First, we will be going over the feats. Tier 1 feat will be Faith Restored, which gives you a plus 75% toughness damage reduction on critical hits for 4 seconds. For Tier 2, we will be using Bloodletting, which gives a plus 10% melee critical chance for 3 seconds on melee hit against bleeding enemies. Melee critical hits also apply bleed. For Tier 3, we will be using Benediction, which gives a 15% toughness damage reduction for allies in Coherency. For Tier 4, we will be using Thy Wrath Be Swift. You will no longer get stunned by enemy melee attacks. When you take damage, gain plus 20% movement speed for 2 seconds. For Tier 5, we will be using Rising Conviction, which gives you plus 4% damage for 5 seconds on each hit for a maximum of 5 stacks. For Tier 6, we will be using Invocation of Death, which gives melee critical hits reduced the cooldown of Chastise of the Wicked by 1.5 seconds. The main purpose of this build, as you can see, is to gain critical hits, which will recharge both your ult and your toughness, which is needed for you to survive within the game. Moving on to weapons. All your weapons should have a critical chance buff. For your melee weapon, you want a weapon with a high attack speed, like an axe or a sword, and has the ability to shred, which gives a plus 4.5% bonus critical chance on repeat hit, which stacks 5 times. For a firearm, I recommend the bolter. Your main purpose is to fight within melee range, but that is not always the case. Any buff can do on the weapon for now. I will look this over again once crafting is fully released. For your curios, your main priority trait is to gain maximum toughness buffs. If you can't obtain that, then go with maximum health buffs. For secondary traits, I recommend toughness regeneration speed, then combat ability regeneration, revive speed, and block efficiency. Moving on to the meat grinder, I will be using level 5 difficulty, aka damnation, for this test. Welcome to the meat grinder. The main reason I use the axe for this build is because its secondary attack is a light attack punch that also stuns and pushes the enemies back, which allows for grouping. The main attack is a standard axe attack but does decent damage. You will want to run these two attacks in combo with each other to get maximum efficiency. Your purpose with these combos is to build critical chance stacks and to recharge your ult and your toughness. Weaknesses with this build. Ranged attacks by guard squads in open areas will cause you to wipe, and attacks by snipers, dogs, and mutants may also cause a wipe. Best way to combat this is to use your bolter like I described earlier. In conclusion, this is a melee focused build with some range capabilities. Your main purpose is to gain critical hits, which in turn will replenish your ult and your toughness. I will show this build off in action in another video. Please like and subscribe.